Picture this, a human brain tangled in neural wires like branches reaching for the sun. Beautiful, alive, yet trapped. On one side, a book glows softly. On the other, the words "addiction cracked" pulse with promise. This is the image that brought you here, isn't it? A quiet hope, a flicker of curiosity, because deep down, you feel it too. The ache of wanting more, the frustration of chasing happiness that slips away, the fear that maybe we're all just wired to fall short. We live in a world where pleasure is a button press away, scrolls, swipes, and instant highs lighting up our minds like fireflies in the dark. But when the glow fades, what's left? Emptiness, restlessness, a soul adrift in a sea of fleeting fixes. This is the age of indulgence, where addiction doesn't just live in needles or bottles, it lives in us all, in the quiet corners of our daily lives. But what if there's a way out? What if a neuroscientist has cracked the addiction code and it's not what you think? In Dopamine Nation, Dr. Anna Lembke offers us a lantern, a way to see through the shadows of our own desires. Today, we'll walk this path together, unraveling the mysteries of our minds, finding balance in a world tipped toward excess. Stay with me, because what's coming next might just change the way you see everything. In Dopamine Nation, Dr. Lembke doesn't just explain addiction, she reveals the human soul caught in its web. Let's explore 7 insights that light the way home, each a step toward clarity, each a mirror to your own heart. Insight 1. The paradox of pleasure. The hedonic treadmill, a relentless wheel spinning beneath our feet, promising progress, yet keeping us still. Sarah was a star, wealthy, admired, her life a carousel of parties and praise. But late at night, alone, she'd scroll her phone, chasing likes to fill a void that only grew deeper. The more she sought, the less she felt, until the wheel stopped and she had to face the silence. The pursuit of pleasure can become its own form of suffering. Sound familiar? That restless itch for more? Does it ever truly satisfy? What if the secret isn't in chasing, but in stepping off the wheel entirely? Insight 2. The balance between pleasure and pain. The seesaw of the soul, teetering between light and shadow, seeking its center. John hit bottom with a bottle in hand, each sip a high chased by a deeper low. In recovery, he learned a truth. Pain wasn't his foe, it was the weight that made joy possible. Embracing both, he found peace. Our brains are designed to maintain a balance between pleasure and pain. When we tip the scales too far in one direction, we pay the price. What if pain isn't something to flee, but a partner in the dance? How would your life shift if you stopped running from it? Are you still with me? Good, because this next one might hit closer than you expect. Insight 3. The puppet strings of dopamine. Dopamine, the invisible puppeteer, tugging at our strings with every craving. Scientists watched rats press a lever for a jolt of pleasure, ignoring food, water, life itself. Dopamine calling the shots. Sound extreme? Look at your own hand, reaching for the phone again and again. Dopamine is the molecule of more, always urging us to seek, to consume, to repeat. Who is really in control? You or the puppet master? What might happen if you cut a string or two? What's feeding your strings right now? Insight 4. The digital candy store. A candy store glowing on every screen, sweet, endless, and oh so addictive. Emily, 16, lived for the ping of notifications, each one a sugar rush, each silence a crash. One day she turned it all off. In the quiet, she heard birds again, felt the sun, remembered who she was. In the age of abundance, our greatest challenge is not scarcity, but effects. What's your candy? Could you walk away just for a day and taste something real instead? Hold that thought. Sometimes less is the sweetest gift of all. Insight 5. The Garden of Patience. A garden that blooms only when forgotten. Slow, steady, rooted in time. A painter spent years on a single canvas, resisting shortcuts and applause. When it was done, the world marveled, but he'd already found his reward in the waiting. The world overlooked the tossing of his canvas in frustration before his patience pays off completely. The ability to delay gratification is the cornerstone of emotional intelligence and self-control. What seeds are you planting? Are you willing to tend them, trusting they'll grow in their own time? Take a breath. We're halfway there, and the next step might feel like a reset for your soul. Insight 6. The power of the pause. The reset button, a chance to wipe the slate clean and begin again. For years, Emma couldn't eat lunch without scrolling. One day, her phone died mid-bite. Panic hit, then something unexpected. The taste of her food, the hum of the cafe, the way sunlight pooled on the table. That afternoon, she left her phone in her bag, just one meal, screen-free. By Friday, she noticed her hands no longer twitched for it. By Sunday, she'd finished a novel for the first time in years. The pause was small, the freedom enormous. Abstinence is not deprivation, it is the gateway to freedom. What tiny pause could you take today? What freedom might you rediscover in the silence? But freedom isn't solitary. Just ask those who found it in the most unexpected place, each other. Insight 7. The web of souls. A web of connection, fragile threads weaving a tapestry of strength. In a dim room, strangers shared their stories, addiction, loss, hope. Together, they rebuilt what isolation had torn apart. One woman said, "I found myself in their eyes." We are wired for connection, and in connection, we find the courage to change. Who holds your threads? How might reaching out weave something new in your life? We've walked far together. Let's bring it home. We began with a brain, neural branches tangled, reaching, searching. In the age of indulgence, we've all felt that pull, the chase for more, the trap of addiction and its many masks. But now, through Dopamine Nation, we see the wires differently. They're not just chains, they're pathways. Pathways to balance, to freedom, to a soul at rest. Life is a dance on the seesaw, a garden tended with patience, a web spun with others. We've learned that pleasure without pain is a hollow echo, that dopamine strings can be cut, that a pause can reset the heart. True contentment isn't out there, it's here, in the quiet space between wanting and being. Dr. Anna Lembke leaves us with this: the key to happiness is not in avoiding pain, but in embracing it as a necessary part of life. So, what about you? What will you pause, embrace, or reach for to find your balance? Take a moment right now and listen to your own soul. What's it whispering? The journey doesn't end here. It begins with your next step. May you walk this path with grace, knowing you're not alone. The code to addiction isn't a secret to crack. It's a truth to live, and it's yours now, if you choose it. If this journey moved you, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and drop a comment below. Tell me, what's one insight you'll carry with you? Your voice keeps this channel alive. Thank you for being here.